I had, Kenny, is the NIL stuff. How much of that, other than the hog dinners, how much have you been doing since the start of the season?
Really not much, and that was kind of the whole point, was to get a lot of it done before the season. If it's anything now, it's all social media based, where it's copy paste and I'm posting. I'm really not paying too much attention to it, so it's been going well. I'm just really focused on the season.
You and Jordan are starting to get more national recognition for how many big plays that you guys are making. How much are you guys talking about just like staying focused, but also kind of living in that moment that is right now with you guys putting up these numbers?
Yeah, we're talking about making more. We were talking about today just what we saw on film and what we saw in the practice on Tuesday, and trying to go perfect it today and have one more day tomorrow. So yeah, we're just really focused, living in the moment and going to get more this week.
What did you see from Georgia Tech's defense?
Yeah, I mean, I think a really good team, really experienced team, that they do a lot of different things well, and it's a different style of defense that it'll take some getting adjusting to this week, obviously in practice, and try to be as prepared as we can be for Saturday.
Does the three-man front, defensive front, affect the running game and the passing game more?
It goes both ways. I mean, it changes your scheme up a little bit. It's something you prepare for during spring and summer. You try to get a little bit ahead of the game on it, so it's not completely new when you get into the season and you're experiencing some teams that play the out front. So we'll try to be as prepared as we can.
Georgia Tech's two safeties, Thomas and Carpenter, you faced them a few times. What have you learned from those previous matchups, and what sort of, as a quarterback, what kind of challenge do they present?
Yeah, I mean, obviously two veteran guys that are really smart in the back end and make a lot of plays. I think number two does a great job in the pass and also on the run, coming down and making some plays. He's just a guy at the key. I only know number one as well. So I think their corners do a great job too. So overall, this will be I think our toughest test of the season so far.
Same with their linebackers, similar feel.
Yeah, similar feel. I know they have some a transfer in there, and they have some a few different faces, but still guys that run sideline to sideline and make plays that that cause havoc in the backfield. So we'll have to bring our best on Saturday.
You're going down Atlanta, but it's not like that's any place new to you guys.
Right.
You've been in 3 years in a row. What's your kind of message to some of the younger guys who are getting just kind of getting acquainted with this?
Right, you're talking about away games and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's just our second one on the road. It was nice to go and get the win at Tennessee and kind of have that first experience under your belt going into a in-conference test now at Georgia Tech. So we'll just have to take the lessons that we learned from the Tennessee game and bring them over to Georgia Tech.
What's your confidence knowing that if teams really start to focus on Jordan, you've got Tayseer, you've got Wayne, you've got other options?
Right. I mean, yeah, I have confidence because we've done it. Times that they try to take away Jordan this season, that we've gone to the outside or gone to Lucas, and it's something that I just have to read out as the play goes and see how they're playing it pre-snap, and we'll go from there.
I believe it's your strongest start, 4-game start to the season. What's been the difference this year compared to previous seasons here?
I think just the foundation that we built, the previous 2 seasons, and get a chance to play with some, really talented guys on the offensive line and guys around me on the edge and in the backfield. So I think everyone's doing a really great job right now. We just have to keep it going and keep stacking great days.
Your receivers didn't drop any passes in this last game. It's been much reduced compared to previous years. Does that boost your confidence a whole lot and say, like, you know what, I can make even riskier throws because I can trust these guys, or is that something you're going to do that anyway? Yeah,
I mean, I trust these guys anyway, but it just gives you that extra boost of confidence knowing that they're catching the ball, they're making plays, and those 50-50 balls, I'm confident that our guys are going to go out there and go get them. So I think it works great for everybody.
Kenny, do you think with the success you guys have had passing that mentioned this, it's going to open up this running game?
I think so. I mean, that's how it goes with football. One has to complement the other. I think the run games continue to improve, and we have another test now facing an odd front. The first time we've had it all season, so we'll see how we do with it.
Kind of building on that, Kenny, Georgia Tech sacked Sam Howell, I think 8 times last week. I was curious, as a quarterback, do you tighten up seeing that, or how do you feel about how your offensive line might do as far as protecting you against a team that shows success?
You don't tighten up. Obviously, you take note of it and you see why he got sacked. Was there guys open he wasn't seeing? Was it something up front? And you just try to figure out and learn from his mistakes and their team's mistakes and try and better yourself for Saturday. So obviously we saw and we're going over those plays and those looks that they gave.
Kenny, what's allowed Jake to slide in seemingly seamlessly in that center?
Who?
Cradle.
Cradle. Yeah. I mean, Cradle's had prior experience at center, but just to have him go in there without a lot of work in camp and in the preseason, obviously really impressive, and a guy who's worked hard and knows kind of every spot in the line well, where he can go in at center and kind of run things. So I was really happy for him.
Does the ferocious pass rush kind of take the tight end out of the pass rush routes a little bit? Could you keep him in the ball?
I wouldn't say too much. I mean, you have guys help. I'm not getting into too much of scheme, but I wouldn't say entirely no.
When last year, a lot of people were talking about you could have gone to the NFL then, you could have been in the NFL draft. You came back, and now you're putting up these numbers. Is there a party that kind of looks forward a little bit, like, man, like the opportunities that could be ahead of you, or are you still kind of just blocking that out?
No, we're week 5, so
okay.
Yeah, long ways to go. Just focus on getting our first ACC. We haven't played an ACC game yet, so we'll focus on getting that win.
When we talked with Coach Narduzzi after the Western Michigan loss, he was talking a lot about how a lot of teams' goals are still there as far as winning the division, they winning the ACC. How much do you, as a quarterback and your teammates, how much do you all view the start of ACC play, even with all the success in non-conference play, as kind of a fresh start?
No, 100%. It's a new season. It's an 8-game season. That's what we were preaching this week. And I've said this before. I think every game is like a championship game because of how crazy it is in the conference, and we feel like it's wide open for anybody. So every week it's got to be a championship mindset that you're going in and go get it done.
Can you mention the craziness? Have you paid attention to some of the craziness the first month of the season?
Yeah, I've seen it, and I think it's just probably the craziest year of college football I've been a part of, and I think it adds some excitement to it, and everyone's got a shot this year. So, it's like I said, it's a championship week every week.
Preseason, you were included among some of the top quarterbacks in the ACC. There was a lot of good quarterbacks coming in. Have you been watching how those guys have been doing? Do you keep an eye on your fellow quarterbacks?
Any game I just like to watch. It doesn't have to just be ACC, but I'll just take. I've met a lot of these guys at the Manning camp. I'm rooting for them all to have success this season. So, any chance I can get to watch them and support it, I do.
Vincent Davis has been your main protector as far as over the past. But how have you seen Izzy and Rodney, some of the younger guys that have been coming this year, improving and protecting you in the passing situation?
Yeah, I mean they're growing. Izzy's obviously grown a lot, and we're bringing Rodney along. As a true freshman, it's a lot for him to take in, and with the run game, obviously, and you add the pass game to it. So I think they're all doing a great job. But I think, AJ, too, a guy who's been here for a while. So, those 3 guys, I think they do an unbelievable job protecting, and they continue to improve as the season goes.
You do a nice job tucking it in, Rod, and I noticed in the board up there you had one of the fastest miles per hour.
That's right. Let you know that.
In his Hampshire game. Did the coaches talk to you about that? Be careful when you're out there, Kenny, today?
Who hasn't talked to me about that? I think everyone wants me to get down, and I got to be smart and just make sure that I, get first downs, and then I'll take care of myself.
Do you feel like your speed sometimes maybe surprises people? I feel like I've heard all the different terms used for you, like deceptively athletic, surprising athletic.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, listen, as long as I get first downs and we get in the end zone, it's fine. You can call it deceptive or whatever you want, but as long as I get through the goal line, we'll be good.
You've been around Peyton a little bit. Have you caught the Manning broadcast at all?
I have, and I know Louis Rick's on the main channel, so I kind of flip back and forth to catch both, and I think both networks are doing a great, or same network, both streams are doing a great job.
Are you going to try to get your way on there, maybe?
I don't know. You can see the kind of guests they have on. I don't know if I reached the caliber of those guests yet. Maybe one day.